Jason, probably not the start you wanted in front of the home crowd. What happened in the third quarter?
Uh, I think. I mean, I know we didn't make any shots, and I think they just kind of turned the intensity up in that second half. It was a 4-point game at the halftime. Um, I think they moved the ball a little bit better than we did, and they just had a little more pep in their step. I think second half.
Both Ime and Al said they felt like offense kind of started to affect the defense and the fact that shots weren't falling. That was an issue last year too. How do you prevent that?
Stop it early. Take accountability for myself. Maybe not getting a call and letting that affect the defensive end. It starts with all of us, myself included.
What do you chalk all the turnovers up to?
Some good defense, some careless with the ball. How many turnovers we had?
25.
25. A lot. Yeah, I mean, that's unacceptable. It's hard to win with 25 turnovers, clearly.
Gotcha.
Jayson, you talk about you can't let those things affect you, the missed shots and the referee stuff and being accountable, and that's reasonable, but that's also been something that's been said for the past year plus. How does that change? How do you go about actually changing that and having that be the case?
Something that you got to work on. I mean, like you said, a year and a half. I don't claim to be perfect at all. Far from it. I make mistakes all the time, and I like to be held accountable. From my teammates and myself, and from you guys. So, I understand that that's a reoccurring thing that myself and other guys got to get better at, and easier said than done. I think. I'm certain that anybody would tell you in the course of a NBA game that you care and you playing hard and you get emotional and you might not mean to do those things, but emotions get the best of you sometimes. A lot of people that have played this sport at that level would, I think, second that, but I'm not saying it makes it right, but stuff like that happens, and I'll be the first to say that I got to do better, and I'm not perfect.
Is there something different about this team this year that gives you the confidence that you can make progress in that regard?
Yeah. I mean, it's only been 2 games. You're not going to lose the championship or win it after 2 games. If we was 2-0, obviously we probably feel a little bit better about ourselves, but we got 80 games left. I think we'll be all right.
How much, consciously or not, do you feel like the double overtime game, made you guys either flat or effort-wise, impacted at least the guys who played huge minutes tonight? And how do you fight through that if that was the case more?
I mean, you can't think about that. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into being tired, but we all got the same schedule. Whether it's traveling, whether it's back-to-backs, whether it's double overtime on the first night. Yeah, it happened, and it might have affected us, but, that's not an excuse. You can't be like, oh, shit, we was tired today, and chalk it up to that. Nah, we know we got to be better. It's a learning moment, I think. Obviously, it's the second game of the season. We'd like to be 2-0, but we can't change that now. All we can look forward to is Sunday.
Sure. You probably got to see a new side of Ime tonight. He said he was kind of upset with the effort tonight for the first time from you guys. He told us he doesn't like to get punked. What was he like? What was his message after a loss like that?
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, we know why we lost. We know that it was, they just played harder than we did. We played tougher. So it wasn't like rocket science. We all professionals. We all adults. We understood what had happened. And he let us know, and we, took accountability. We understand. Don't want to get too down because the game was over. We can't do nothing about it. We just got to get ready. Get on the plane tomorrow and get ready for Sunday.
There are a bunch of plays on defense where one of you guys would get blown by out high, and then the low man wouldn't really rotate in to get the stop. And I assume part of that is that you guys are in switch, so you don't have the same principles you usually had in the past. So I guess what do you think needs to be fixed with that? And is that something you think can get better, or you need to make some adjustments to the scheme?
I think it was like communication, things that we work on in practice, not translating to the court. Knowing that we're supposed to be in certain spots and, not talking, kind of being hesitant. And that's tough. It's tough to play defense that way if we not on the same page, if we're not talking to each other. And that just stems from the guys on the court, whether it's the first five or the second unit, whatever group is in there, we got to talk. And that's on all of us. If we have a game plan, if we go into the game, knowing the game plan, then we got to follow it.
So when Ime says you guys got punked, that's probably like one of the worst things you can hear as a player. When someone kind of takes your heart out of your will, how can you address that? And what is it like when the guard in the second quarter, the Garden's booing? Obviously, their height, Pierce and Angel here. It just wanted to be kind of setting up to be a real positive night, and it just seemed like you guys were just not playing well. What is that like, and how do you address it?
What is it like? I mean, I think it's not fun. I mean, it's not fun to play. I'm sure it wasn't fun to watch for the fans. It was tough. Obviously, first game at home, didn't want it to be like that. I think, we were too relaxed. We just didn't, like you said, we didn't play hard enough. They just lost on their home court. We should have expected much more of a punch from them. And, that's on myself. That's on everybody. It's my fifth year, 82 games. I'm certain every team has games that they wish they could have back on nights like these. It's all about how you respond. How do we come back on Sunday with a different mindset, more life, more energy, and, ready to get our first win.
Thank you, Jason. Wrap it up right there.